Hey. 1 second. I always set this up late, but it's okay, I guess. Yeah, I'm just a second. I'm just gonna switch this and start the game. I just realized I set it to public. Anyways, I just set it to public. Earlier it was private, so I was testing around. Didn't want you guys to get disturbed. Anyways, welcome. Hey, hello. 1 second. I was testing. I do need to activate bots. This is going to be a pain. We're gonna test, and I'm planning to directly upload it from here, so it would be better that way. Trust me. I've been going to and fro, and this is pretty hard for me. Hello. I'm not able to see the chat though, for some reason, which I'm not sure of. Yeah, let me just log into Streamlabs and see. See, this is what happens when you try to do some things, some setup, and it goes wrong. And yeah, right now everything went really wrong, I guess. Although I'm able to see it on the chat here, and I'm not able to see Twitch chat for some reason. Where is Twitch chat? Yep, I'm able to see Twitch chat. Let's go. And YouTube chat, I think it should be a bit higher. Yeah, this should be fine. Properties. Let me copy paste this so that we are on the same page. F9. Yep. Okay, let's go. Let's start. Let's not delay it. Yeah, we love Genshin. Everyone loves Genshin. Who doesn't love Genshin? Maybe me, because I've been tired of this game testing over and over and over and over and over and over. Like over and over. I can't stress it enough. I've tried so many combinations. I've tried so many combinations with Mavuika. It's so frustrating. I'm planning to make a video on it, but it's not happening because I suck at giving voiceover of a recorded video, already recorded game. I suck at giving voiceover, right? So right now I'm gonna test it and upload this shit instead of recording and giving voiceover. So yeah, once again guys, whoever is new here, welcome. We are going to test Mavuika with, basically we have two weapons. We are going to test with two weapons. One is Mail Flower and the other is Tidal Shadow. Right now I have Tidal Shadow at R2. You can R5 it. It's worth it, trust me. And okay, I'm not gonna say trust me at least, but it's worth R5ing it. If you have other weapons, then you're well and good. But this is the point of in the point of view of F2P. So I'm just taking free to play team. So yeah, these two. I'm gonna be only using these two weapons for every rotation and show you. Do keep in mind, I'm gonna just show her kit right now. My artifacts, I'm using Obsidian Codex. She's at C0 obviously, and talents are at 168, so you have room for improvement. As I've told you, weapons, and now going back, and these are my stats. I'm having 53 over 184 with 318 EM and 1.9k attack. So EM is on the higher side, even considering this weapon. So I'm getting 110 from here without the passive, and I'm getting around, one second, let me go to artifacts so you can see I'm getting around 207 EM from my artifacts. I just lucked out on artifacts, and you can just take a look. These are my artifacts. So this, and this. So yeah, I have a lot of EM coming from artifacts. So there is that. Obviously C0, yeah. So now going back, let us do the showcase. My Diona, she's having sacrificial bow. Instructor set C6. Her C6 does provide more EM, so there is a high chance that I might be capping on EM. So if you are capping on EM, it's better to go with Tidal Shadow because around 500 EM should be enough for her. If you overcap it, I did see her do less damage, so I'm gonna show you anyways. You'll be able to see the difference yourself. She's on instructor set C6 weapon. Talents doesn't matter. Kachina just ER weapon. Let me switch it. I do have a lot of Favonius weapons, so I'm gonna just give her this. Artifacts. I'm gonna run Cinder City. Just giving whatever possible, right? Maybe a def would be better, but yeah, it's just for her to survive. She's at level 20, I know, but yeah, let's not talk about that. Artifacts. She's at C6. This is not history, okay? She's at C6. C2 does provide her with extra 20 natural points, so this helps Mavuika gain more stacks of her fighting spirit, right? So C2 does help. Basically, what it does is when you use ultimate, it just summons the twirly, and it gives her around 20 natural points. So there is that 20 natural points, twirly, and when there is an advantage of her summoning the twirly. I'm gonna show you how. And Bennett is running Sapwood Blade. Noblesse Oblige C6. I did activate his C6 for that extra 15% pyron damage bonus, and also this also helps my Mavuika to do maybe pyro infused normal attacks, which doesn't matter to be honest because she doesn't scale on normal attacks. So there is that. Anyways, going forward. One second. Yeah. So let's test. Let me get the ER back. I'm just here to farm ER, and I'll make sure I won't trigger Mavuika's. Okay, let's trigger Mavuika's. Let's start with 100%. I mean 200%. Let's run away because my Kachina dies very easily. She's only level 20. So yeah, there is that. Can simply use this. Okay, her burst is back. Let's go back and test. So one thing to keep in mind with this team, first let's use Kachina. Doesn't matter. I mean, it does matter in a way because we don't want her twirly to, you know, crystallize multiple times with Bennett burst. Bennett, whatever Bennett applies the pyro, right? We also want Diona to melt to activate the instructor set passive. So there is that. Let's do this. Use her ultimate. It will stay on the ground. RT. You can skill if you want, but it's your call at the end of the day. So as you can see, right now she has 638 EM. This weapon passive is not activated yet. One thing to keep in mind, this weapon passive will be activated when you trigger elemental skill or when you trigger elemental reaction, right? So this doesn't work off field. I have tested it. I can show you. Post this fight, I'll be showing you. So she has 3.4k attack and 638 EM. We actually overcapped on EM, and when I use her ultimate, she's gonna do a reaction melt, and this is gonna go up. So this weapon passive will be procced. So let me do that. As you can see now, my EM went even higher. It increased exactly by 96 because that's what this weapon provides at R5 at least. And her attack will go up, did go up, I believe. The thing is, coming to our talents, we have this gift of flaming flash, so we do need to trigger a natural burst for her to gain 30% attack. This happens every 10 seconds, right? So it'll happen, I mean, it'll increase her attack for 10 seconds, and if you have 3 Natlan characters in your team, then the Night Soul burst will activate every 8 seconds. So if you have 3 what is a Natlan characters, in that case it's pretty easy to activate, but if you have 2 or less, then it's hard. At 2 I think it is 12, so that's one issue. And one more thing, triggering melt with this team it's a bit clunky. You have to do 2 charge attacks and leave it, right? So you can hardly trigger 2 or 3 melts. So there is that. Let me teleport back just to show you again. Yeah, so there is that. Just keep in mind that to trigger her melt, I mean you can hardly trigger her melt using Diona. Hardly trigger melt 2 to 3 times, and that too you have to wait for a second, do 2 attacks and then charge, wait again, do it. So it's a bit clunky with this team, but it's possible if you have no other choice. So that's one thing. And now let us start with her with Mavuika at 0 Night Soul points to show that, I mean, let us say you're in Abyss, you start with 200 Fighting Spirit, but let us say the first rotation is done and you start the second rotation. We do need her Night Soul points back, and do need to check how many, sorry, Night Soul, not Night Soul points. We do need to check how much Fighting Spirit she'll be getting back by the start of the second rotation. So Kachina can help there, but you should keep in mind that she do need to trigger her skill, keep attacking, so that she'll consume Night Soul points. And if you have her C2, use burst, she'll gain 20 more Night Soul points and leave the twirly on the field. So one advantage with leaving twirly on the field is, let us say you use Ben's skill or burst, it'll apply pyro on the enemy, and the twirly which is off field, and the twirly which is off field, it can trigger reaction. As you can see, now it will crystallize. You just saw it crystallize. You see it? So this will crystallize. Similarly with Bennett, I apply pyro. It'll crystallize pyro. I think we missed it by a second or so. So let me apply pyro on the enemy. My Kachina died. Never mind. This is painful. This is actually painful. I've been going through this for a lot of time. I've been trying this. It's not happening. I mean, I did eventually figure it out. I did run these teams, but it's a pain at the end of the day. Hey Aradhya, it's time to sleep. I know. I've been testing around this F2P teams, and I've been trying to do a voiceover. It's not working for me. So I just thought, why not record it on stream live and just post it. That would be better. Let me gain her ER back. It's gonna be, I think I'm gonna stream till 2, so just keep that in mind. Let's finish fast. I'm just doing some explanation, right? Let me gain the ER back. Actually, today I could have streamed, but I didn't stream because of this. I was just trying to record a video and just I realized I'm pretty terrible at it. Damn, you have. I have work tomorrow. I have work tomorrow. Yep. Let's go. Although I do need my Mavuika on full fighting spirit. Okay, we are at full fighting spirit. So I'm just doing it. I'm just doing it basically for you guys' sake. Just to test it and upload the video, right? So I do want to do it now. And I forgot to enable the YouTube bot, which is my bad. Yeah. So just discuss circuit F2P team. Once again. Yep, we are back. So let's get started. I'm gonna use her burst first, Kachina's burst, so that she'll leave the twirly thing on the ground, and then I'm gonna burst with Bennett. Let's go. As you can see, right now her EM is 638, attack is 3.4 something, and this weapon passive is not triggered yet. And if we go to her attributes, you can see she gained 40% pyro damage bonus with Kachina, because Kachina triggered it. So there is that. You can see Benny as well, 40% pyro damage bonus. So there is that. So Kachina did trigger it. We have Benny's buff, and Diona provides us with a lot of EM. This is actually overcapped. You at this point you should go for more attack. So let me do this ultimate. We did melt, but we have to wait now for her to apply. Yeah, now cryo is applied. Do this. Now again cryo will be applied. Again do 2 charge attacks and let it go. Now I'm gonna use her skill, Kachina. Use her ultimate. Bennett burst. Diona skill again. You can use Diona burst. Now you can see she's around 180. She's around 180 fighting spirit. So yeah, we did finish it in 2 rotations, but it was okay, you can say, because we can't use her charge attack. We can't keep using a charge attack. That's one issue with this team. So yeah. So anyways, moving forward. Yeah, 430k is good with this team if you ask me. But do keep in mind my Diona is C6 and she's running instructor set. So yeah, with sacrificial bow. So I'll be changing. Yeah, easy clap. We were able to, but the melt reaction you will be only able to trigger it twice, and it is pretty restrictive. You can't use it whenever you want. It's like I use ultimate. I have to wait for now. I will wait for some time so that Diona would trigger it. You have to time it well for it to happen. And now again use charge attack. This team is pretty clunky actually. That's one issue. I could have done this on the stream, but it's okay. What happened? Shit happens. It's okay. So now let me change the weapon, and do remember I tried triggering this weapon passive in the first. The weapon is shit. No. The weapon is not shit. The weapon is good. I just overcapped on EM. As you can see, my EM is very high. So, which weapon are you talking about, by the way? Let me get back my ER. So I would like to show you 2 things, right? So first is, let us say I leave her twirly here. I use Bennett skill. She can crystallize. As you can see, a crystal is formed. I just picked it up. No, that is good. That weapon is good. I just crystallized, right? Now, if I check, he should have 40% pyro damage. I want him to shut up, okay. we need 40%. Sorry, we'll get 40% pyro damage, which was triggered by Kachina. That's one thing. So that's going on. I did show you that. Now let's go back. And one thing, I've tried using her skill first. So we get around, I told you we get around 180-ish Night Soul points back. So there is that. We have to do normal and charge attacks for her to hit. I mean, get that. So we get the fighting spirit back. So let us say right now she's not at full fighting spirit. You can do this. You need to keep attacking so that Mavuika gains the points back. Use her burst. Benny burst. Diona skill. One more skill and use her ultimate. She's at, so yeah. At max stack she's doing decent damage. At max fighting spirit stack she's doing decent damage. So yeah. Right now we have 0. What we can do is, what we need to do is actually to get fighting spirit back. Let me show you. Let it come up. Now leave it level 20 like streamer lol. So skill, switch to Kachina. Keep attacking. She died. Anyways. Now I have to redo this shit. Yeah, my Kachina is level 20, dude. My Kachina is level 20. Now I need to get her ER back, which is a pain. Let's go. We got it back. Well, I'm building character just for theater. I see. I know theater is a pain. I know. Let me use her burst. I'm trying to show you how much she'll gain back. One way is using her skill. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna trigger her skill first. Let me trigger her skill. Her ultimate. Pick it up. Keep attacking. Again use her skill. Keep attacking. Then leave it. Switch to Benny. Use her skill. Ultimate. Another skill. You see, everything is active. Managed again, actor. Nice. So right now she's at 180-ish. 180-ish fighting spirit. She didn't crit, by the way. She has 93 crit rate. Okay, 53 since her Night Soul state ended. But that is still insane. 93 crit rate and she still doesn't crit. That's okay. That's okay. So that's one problem with this team. You can't melt consistently, and you can't trigger this weapon passive from off field. If you try to trigger it, this, at least in this team, it'll be messed up because her skill will be stealing Diona's melt. Let us say I applied cryo. I applied cryo, and when I use her skill, immediately it will melt. Now if I use my ultimate, I won't be melting anymore. So that's one issue with this team, at least. So now let me go back and change her weapon. I told you we did overcap on EM, so let me change the weapon to Tidal Shadow. This should be better, because right now my attack went up by 300, and the advantage with this weapon is, let me show you the advantage with this weapon. Let us say, let me heal her up fully to show you. Okay, she's at full HP right now. The weapon passive will be activated because 6k lol. Okay. Weapon passive is activated when I healed her, but let's wait for that to wear out. Around 8 seconds. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. So right now she has only 2.2k attack, right? Let us say I'm trying to heal her. She's at full HP. Okay. Now let us say I use Diona. I'm not gonna use Benny because Bennett burst is gonna increase her attack anyways. Right now she's at 2.2. Diona's ultimate. You see, she's at full HP, but heal is triggered and her attack increases. That's one advantage with this weapon. So you need not be at lower HP to get healed. If heal is triggered, this weapon passive will be activated. So that's one thing to keep in mind. So this, let me get the ER back. And let's gain full stacks. Hey, hi Kampam, welcome. Okay. Welcome. I'm just testing her around, dude. Because I tried doing it offline, but I suck at giving voiceover, so I'm just doing it on stream anyways. Thanks. Actually, I didn't expect you guys to be here at this time of the hour. I could have streamed it. I could have streamed in the evening, but I was planning to make a video and I messed everything up. So this is the best way right now. So yeah. So okay. Again, we are testing with this weapon, Tidal Shadow. So let's go. Right now her attack is higher, her EM is lower because we are not getting 110 EM from here. Although its base attack is lower, it provides a ton of attack. It's at R2 by the way. So let's see the damage now. Earlier she did around 490k, I think, 490, 480k. I believe she'll do more this way. Bro, try the Natlan. Natlan craftable doesn't work well on her actually. It's good, it's okay, but it doesn't work well on her. I'm gonna test it after this, post this, because I'm testing many teams right now. Hopefully this should be closed by 2 because I also have work tomorrow. I should have done this today, but it's okay. So let's start with Kachina. Kachina burst. Let's do this. As you can see, our attack went up. Earlier it was 3.6k with mail flower, and now it's 3.9k, I think. But her EM is low. And Diona C6 is already providing EM, so it doesn't matter. And one more thing to keep in mind, she did gain pyro damage bonus from Kachina. So now let's use her ultimate. She did 530k by the way. So this is more than what we expected, because she did earlier she capped on EM. That was too much EM. She didn't melt. So the key is, one second, let me go back. So the key is Diluc Chad, he doesn't need anything. Lol. So yeah, as I was saying, this team she did more because earlier we capped on EM, but now we didn't. So there is that. Other best options would be in her place, in Diona's place. You can replace her with her example. You can replace her with Rosaria, who does provide more crit rate, but she's already having 93 crit rate. I'm just bringing Rosaria because Rosaria can apply consistent cryo. And do remember, her ICD, we can do around 2 to 3 charged attacks. I didn't test how many charged attacks exactly you can test around, but I do believe it was 2. After using her ultimate, I'll use 2. First one will melt, second charge attack doesn't melt, and third I leave charge attack, so she does a slice, the normal attack with her. She leaves the bike and does the attack, right? So that doesn't melt. Again I start with the charge attack. So that's my rotation. Same team. Although we need ER back. So that's going to be a pain. I need to heal her or she's gonna die. Okay, let's go. We are back. So yeah. Now let's go back to Kachina. I'm gonna show you Rosaria. Rosaria is really good. Again, she's rocking Favonius Lance. Artifact, same instructor set. C6, I don't think it does matter. I mean, C2 does matter because she does, her burst duration increases. But other than that, I don't think anything else matters. So, talents doesn't matter, just the weapon. Not even the weapon actually, just for her ear. It's just the artifacts and her cryo application. So, let's see. Simple ultimate for the first rotation only. First use her burst, then her skill. As you can see, oh by the way, we remember that I have Tidal Shadow. I'm gonna do a showcase with Mail Flare as well here. Her EM is a bit lower. Her attack will gain more attack once Benny burst is triggered. The heal factor is triggered, right? Yeah, now it went up as you can see. Now let us see the ultimate and also the rotation. It should be smooth. You should be able to do more charged attacks. Okay, that didn't work. That didn't go well. But it is quite consistent actually. Let me redo this. Right now there aren't many commands set up. You see Zhongli what pain I was going through offline. This was the pain I was going through. Let's go, we're at max. Guide makers are chats, mad respect. I hope it's okay. Anyways, let's not digress. Let me finish this. Need this. Okay, let's go. Once again. Her ultimate, Bennett's ultimate. Apply some pyro. Skill with. So yeah. 327 EM attack, Tidal Shadow, and she did gain pyro damage bonus from Kachina. We did melt again. We will be able to trigger melt consistently. See, we already melted again. We can melt again. This keeps going. We can keep melting with this team. You see, the enemy still has cryo on him, and now getting the points back. Although I do need Rosaria's ulti. We did melt and she died. So one advantage with Rosaria is she applies a lot of cryo. So you can melt consistently and keep doing charged attacks. So that's one advantage. Now that we are done with this team, okay, let me change the weapon. We are still not done with this team. Let me just teleport away. And I need to gather again energy. It's already 1. Okay, I did get knocked back. Okay, I think we are good. Let's start. Guide makers. The thing is, we have to test every single thing, right? So that is one pain. That is one pain. Let's go forward. Let's go forward. So again, by the way, I'm testing with male flower, so do keep that in mind. Earlier it was straddle shadow. You see, I melted. Again, I can melt. Oh, she died. I need to redo this again because she died. Why? Just why? Okay, let's go. Now let's redo this, okay? So again, Kachina burst. Benny burst. Her skill. Now we melt. We can melt consistently with this team. One more melt. We triggered so many melts. We triggered so many melts. The results seem similar. Yeah. The it's around same because I was overcapping on EM. So they are pretty much same. You can see I'm getting so much ER from my EM from my artifacts. I'm getting 207 EM from my artifacts. So at the end of the day, these two weapons, it doesn't matter much, especially when you are running in Rosaria team. If you let us say if you take Diona team, you will really overcap with EM. In that case, it's better to go for a weapon that provides more attack than EM. So yeah. So we are done with these two teams. There is Charlotte. We are just testing F2P teams. I'll keep changing them. Then there is Charlotte team. Where is Charlotte? I'm just gonna put her, since this is an F2P team, I think I'm gonna give her good. Let's go with Favonia's Codex, I guess. I don't have any other better option right now, and it's not leveled up. This should be fine. She should heal good. Her healing is decent. And artifact set, I just gave her two piece, whatever, right? Actually, this would be. Wait, where is? Let me just give her a different artifact set. Where is my Shen? Huh? Yeah. Or you can give her actually you can give her instructor set, which will be better, so that she can she can melt. So just go with the instructor set. That I would suggest that. So you can give whatever. I do prefer to give ER. Let's give ER in that case. I'm just gonna steal Rosaria's artifacts. So this piece can be ER. Let me remove this. And we can search for ER. That should be fine. So I'm gonna steal her ER. So yeah, 189. This should be good. She'll be okay. I forgot. We'll be running Thrilling Tales of Dragon Slayer because she does provide more attack with that. So she has very less attack right now, but this is purely for testing, so I'm gonna go with it. We just need Thrilling Tales of Dragon Slayers and this artifact set, nothing else. For Mavuika to do insane damage. I mean, at least not insane, but decent damage. I'm not gonna switch to Charlotte because of the Thrilling Tales of Dragon Slayer buff. Okay, let's go. Her burst is up. Her burst is up. Let's start with Kachina again. Remember, Charlotte also heals. As you can see, she gained a lot of attack. Now, when Bennett burst is triggered, her attack is even higher. We are running male flower for now. Remember, Charlotte doesn't provide any EM except for her artifact set. So that's why she is at 438. Now I can melt once, but I don't think I can keep melting anymore. As you can see, I can only melt once, but her attack does increase. Luckily, my Kachina didn't die, but her ER isn't back yet. But it's okay. So yeah, she did apply enough. Cryo with her normal attack, but do get her more ER. Do provide her with more ER. 155 is very less. You need to farm for artifacts. So there is that. Yeah, with Charlotte also she does good. She does around 450 nuke, which is good. Although with Rosaria it was higher because she applies. First thing is actually using Rosaria and Charlotte should be similar because all Rosaria does provide the artifact set bonus. With advantage with her, Charlotte is she does provide thrilling tales of dragon slayers. Although she needs more ER to work in this team. So there is that one. Now let's test Mavuika. Let's remove Charlotte and let's test with a different team. This team is much better because of attack buff. I know. More attack and you can run with male flower. Although now Tidal Shadow will fall short actually because we'll be getting more and more attack but less EM now because with this weapon passive the EM will get around 100. Sorry, this will be around 206 EM total. So we will be losing 206 EM. Although she will be providing some EM, but that's not as much as this weapon, right? On top of what she provides. So that's one thing. Let's test with Tidal Shadow as well. Although one thing again to keep in mind is my Mavuika's EM is pretty high. So there is a high chance that she'll cap on EM, so it's always better to go attack if you have more EM. So yeah. I need to come here, I need to farm again. This is going to be a pain. Kill. Yep, we got the ER back. Let's go. This team is much better. Yeah, it is much better because of attack buff. But now with Tidal Shadow, this attack is gonna go too high, like really high, which we doesn't want. Maybe we want it. Let's see. But her EM will be decent. She'll be getting 120 EM from her, so that will be 320 around. Although 500 is preferred, so in that case you can always use Diona with her C6. If you have her C6, one trade-off would be let's just try to keep her up. Just try to give her more EM if she has more attack. So there is a trade-off. You cannot overcap on EM. You cannot overcap on attack. Both are bad. So EM and attack should be balanced. Ultimate, Bunny Burst, sorry, Benny Burst. Use her skill, use her ultimate, use her ultimate. Wait, she didn't melt or something? Why did she do so less damage? I think she didn't. The Benny's burst wasn't triggered. Unfortunately, let's retry it. Let's see her stats next time. She did only like 60k, which is very, very low. This is a pain. This is literal pain. Harrier is not back yet. Okay, finally we have her ER back. Sorry, my Charlotte has very less ER. I can't help it. Right now, this is just for testing. So I'm gonna take it. You can see her attack did go up because of Charlotte. Sorry, her attack still didn't go up because the cooldown is 20 seconds. Let's see how much attack she gains, and this weapon should fall short, I believe. She again did 60k. What's wrong, my dear? Now she did 132k. She not melt or something? Why did she do 60k? That's like nothing. I know. Maybe she didn't melt or crit or something. I'm not sure. She did crit. Yeah, she's running Obsidian Codex with this weapon. She's having this. Bennett Sapwood. Artifacts. Constellation. Kachina artifacts. Kachina artifacts. Yeah, 4 piece. 4 piece. 4 piece. Weapon. Weapon. What's wrong? I don't think she melted, dude. I don't think she melted. I don't think she melted. But even without melt, that attack was pretty low. Without melt, that attack was pretty low. She does need more ER. Let's go beat some enemies and get ER back, I guess. That would be the best option right now. That's what I'm shocked. Why 60k? She did 60k twice. Let's wait for her cooldown to end and then see. Let's wait for her cooldown to end, right? And let's see how it goes. Okay, her attack went down, but her cooldown is around 20 seconds. Let's see. I'll try to apply less pyro with Bennett and see what happens. And also with Kachina, I'll do a single attack and see what happens, right? Now burst, climb up, single attack, Bennett burst. Okay, now she did 431k. And I don't think she got enough attack actually. She did. Charlotte did apply cryo once, but other than that, we won't be getting much. So this weapon falls shorts because it doesn't provide you with much attack. So yeah, that's one thing to keep in mind. Yeah, her attack went back to normal. So she provides 48% attack, which took her to like 27k attack without Bennett burst, and with Bennett burst she went up to 4k attack and noblesse oblige. So yeah, that's one thing. But I do want to test her one last time with this team. One last time. You have to do this over and over and over and over and over and over. Hey, hello Revo, welcome dude. Okay, we got her ultimate back. What's up, man? I'm just testing Mavuika around. I could have done it today, but it's okay. That didn't happen. I'm an idiot. It's okay. So yeah, let's retest this. Was on bed rest. I see. Time is around 1:13. I'll close it by 2. I just want to test all the teams, right? So yeah. Tidal Shadow we did test with I want to test Charlotte team once again with Mailflower as well, so let's finish it quickly. One normal attack, Bennett burst. She got 4.3k attack. Let's use her burst. Okay, 458k. No more cryo. So the only issue with this team is we can't melt. We can't melt many times. I use the same team, but Xylon instead of Kachina. I see. But the issue with this team is Charlotte cannot apply much cryo. Maybe we can melt once or twice, but other than that, she doesn't melt much. And one thing, this weapon falls short because we are overcapping on attack in this case. So I would recommend you to go for elemental mastery, because 4.4k attack with around I think that was around 300 change, 375 EM or something. I'd rather go for 4k attack and 2 more EM, like 500 EM. So yeah, this weapon does provide more EM, so just keep that in mind. The issue is my Charlotte doesn't have good ER. I know. Yeah, Mavuika feels like Raiden alt pay damage after one rotation. I know. But the thing is, let me get her. Right now she has 1.9k attack with Mailflower, right? Artifact same. Remember this? She is getting Pyro Resonance with Bennett, so this attack is pretty low for her, but it should be fine. It should be fine. Just here to get her back, our burst back. I did say get her back. That sounded so wrong, but it's okay. By the way, this weekend the giveaway is on Twitch, so you might want to drop there, I guess. Watch from there, I guess. Show me weapon on Charlotte. I didn't had to switch to her to show. It's okay. Thrilling Tales of Dragon Slayer. Now she's gonna have more attack. Fuck yeah. 1 second. We need to wait for 20 seconds. No, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, 6 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi, 8 Mississippi, 9 Mississippi, 10 Mississippi, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yeah. For consistency, I think Favonius would be good. Why is she doing 59? What's wrong with her? She's not melting. She's not melting for some reason. She's not melting for some reason. That's the issue with Charlotte, looks like. My Kachina is almost dead. Favonius Codex would be better for consistency, but I'm just doing testing, right? Let us say someone has enough ER. They can go with that weapon. Her ER is pretty low. Let's go, we got her ER back. This is a painful thing. This is a painful thing to go through. I hope no one goes through this. Yeah, true. Whatever you lack, go with that. Yeah, whatever you lack, go with that. At the end of the day, doing more bursts deal more damage than, you know, doing one big damage and then waiting on their burst to get back. I'm gonna sleep. Okay, Aradhya. See you. See you. Good night. Good night. I think it's Heise, but anyways. So use her burst, climb onto that, then Bennett, her skill, her burst. Yeah, now she melted. Okay, for some reason, this weapon did less damage. I see. The EM was on the lower side and the attack was on the lower side, but I was expecting more from this weapon. So ultimately, Charlotte is not that good. Looks like. My take was Charlotte should provide her with more attack. So this should be better than this burst attack should be better than Rosaria, but I don't know why she didn't do. Have you tried with Rosaria? Yeah, I did try with Rosaria earlier. I don't know what's going on with this team. It's weird. Her ER sucks right now. Okay, we got her burst back. That was low. That was low. One issue is sometimes her Night Soul burst this talent. Sometimes it is up, sometimes it is not. So the damage is a bit inconsistent. With two Natlan teammates, right? So that's hard to manage in a rotation actually. That's very hard to manage in a rotation. That's like you can't manage that with two Natlan characters. That 30% attack, you definitely need 3 Natlan characters. In a rotation, let us say you triggered and it's a 12-second thing, right? So she has it up for 10 seconds, and if you have two Natlan characters, the Night Soul bursts duration is gonna trigger once every 12 seconds. So there is a 2-second cooldown. And what if you use your burst in that 2 seconds? she's gonna do less damage. So there is that. Okay, she did 500k. She did get Thrilling Tales of Dragon Slayer buff, and she's inside Bennett Burst, and her EM is higher. So yeah, no, she did more damage. So now she died. That's why Sitlali team is best. I know. But there is also Auroron team, right? Auroron team. I'm just trying F2P teams, whatever is possible. So this team is done. This F2P team is done. And one thing, you can try her with Furina. I forgot Furina team exists. You can run this team in this order because Kachina can trigger Pyro this way. She can trigger Pyro this way. What about Diona? Diona we tested already. I'm not gonna go back to Diona. My characters are pretty low level and they keep dying. I understood that I need to build my characters. So yeah. Now coming back. Let me get their ER back again and again. I told you this is gonna keep going again and again and again. This team would be more consistent actually. Tell me who performed best. You mean in F2P? I think Rosaria performed best in F2P. Rosaria is best in F2P. So this team, what we can do is, I need to use Kachina well here so that she can trigger both Pyro and Hydro with her Crystallize. I'm gonna show you how. Right now she has 0% Pyro damage bonus and 0% Hydro damage bonus, right? So now let's go. Let me use Furina. Skill. Her burst. Use this. Switch to Bennett. Use this skill. Now you can see. If I go to Furina, right? We got both Pyro and Hydro. Because Kachina leaves her twirly, this twirly thing, right? Whatever this is called, this twirly on field, and when she leaves it on field, and let us say Benny use his burst and skill, he'll be able to apply enough Pyro on the enemy, so that Kachina can trigger the Syndicity buff with Pyro. So I can, and the advantage with this team is, we can do consistent waves. We can do consistent waves with this team. That's one advantage. So yeah, the disadvantage with this team is your characters are squishy. As you see, my Mavuika just died. That might be skill issue. There might be people doing it better, but I'm just saying. Let's go. You need to retry it. I'm gonna show you that it is consistent and Kachina can trigger both Pyro and Hydro. One advantage is that since Kachina triggers both Pyro and Hydro, Furina's personal damage also goes up. So there is that. But we can consistently vaporize with this team, and the waves are pretty insane. So yeah, it's almost dead. Do keep in mind my Furina is C1, so there is one extra damage she's doing. But ultimately, this team is more consistent, is what I'm trying to say. And this team you can also run with Tidal Shadow because she'll be healed anyways. So yeah, there is that. I think that's it for today. I'm gonna stop and let's resume tomorrow, I guess. Anyways, guys, thanks for being here. I'm gonna drop.